And yeah, there's the Hawk missiles. I'm the contrail up high, crossing right to left, and there's the two Hawk missiles being launched at me. Got ET out, and you can see that ET leave my contrail in the picture-in-picture. As soon as the ET's out, I start rolling off to the side, still keep this guy in the gimbal limit. Alright, Splash Hornet, looking good. Hey everybody, Plasma 1945 taxiing out on Growling Sidewinder. We've got a nice light loadout. We've got two 73s, two ETs, two ERs, and two jammers, two of everything. Why? Because we are going to stick to that high and fast ingress and get a few splashes here. You might have been seeing this as a trend, and there is a reason. I want you flanker pilots out there to start flying faster and higher. Don't stay in the weeds. Go in there and get fast. Now, as part of this flight, I've got TAC View on the side. I'm going to talk you through getting to altitude. People have been asking me, how do you get high? Well, pretty easy. You stay in afterburner the whole time. You can do this with a full weapons loadout. You're just not going to be able to go quite as fast. Alright, we're up in the air and we are going to be in afterburner the entire time. First things first, as soon as you're airborne, bring up your gear and level out at below 500 meters. Don't climb any higher. Get your nose nice and flat, trim out, and now we're going to go double the speed of time. So we are picking up speed, trying to get to about 1100 kilometers an hour. Once we hit that, nose up to anywhere between 18 to 25 degrees and keep going up. The blue line that you're seeing there, that's my speed. The red line is the altitude. Keep the speed even, don't lose the speed. Get to about 5,500, 6,000 meters. It's about 18,000 feet. At that point, you want to bring your nose down. Why? You want to get past the transonic barrier in DCS so that you're going to be going over Mach 1.2 before you start bringing your nose up again. Getting to that transonic barrier for all aircraft is a method to make sure that you lose that parasitic drag on your plane before you start going faster and picking up speed and altitude. Once you're past Mach 1.2, you can start bringing your nose up, but now you're going to bring it up by only about 5 degrees. What does this guarantee? This guarantees that by the time you're ready to fire your missiles, you're going to be at around Angels 30. So you're going to be at around 10,000 meters. The most important thing is, don't lose that speed during the climb. As soon as you see your speed dropping below 850, 900 kilometers an hour of indicated speed, start bringing your nose down. So by the time you're around 4,000 meters, your nose should be about 5 degrees lower. And by the time you're at around 6,000 meters, you should be able to level out, bring your nose down to a level flight, and then accelerate, build up that speed. Alright, so we are traveling pretty darn quick right now. So as you can tell, we are going real fast right now. Mach 1.5, that's about 1,700 kilometers an hour up here at Angels 11 metric. So that's 35,000, 36,000 feet. We're pretty darn high and pretty fast. This is fantastic speed. At this point, I've got Vulcan in an F-16 on my nose. He's a commonly flying pilot on Growling Sidewinder. He's crossing my nose. He's RTBing back with some hostiles on his tail. And as you can see, there is an engagement happening in the hills over there. I get the hostile locked up and Fox won. I sent a chat message to Vulcan saying, hey buddy, I got your back. Vulcan is down there defending. And of course, this missile is flying double speed so that you're not watching it for too long. But it was a very long flight for a missile. Splash 1 F-16. Use those Fox 1s, guys. If you get the enemy locked up with a Fox 1, it's going to hit that enemy. It is like 1 out of 1,000 chance it's going to pick up something else. That's why Fox 1s on the flankers are amazing. You can shoot into a merge with them and get a splash. No time to think though. Another hostile inbound. Now I'm pushing up to Mach 2. As you can see there on the HUD, I'm 1,900 kilometers an hour. Didn't lose any speed. This guy's on my nose. I don't think he's paying attention. My jammers are on. That's one of the other key things. Make sure your jammers are turned on as soon as you're airborne, flying high and fast. This prevents the enemies from lofting missiles at you. Alright, here we go. Going in for this hostile on my nose. Got him locked in radar and jammer. Let's turn in, and I've got another ER ready for him. He's within weapon range. Look at the cone on the HSD. And there's Fox 1. Automatically the weapon switches to the R73, so the cone collapses. But in the picture-in-picture, you can see this R27ER chasing this target. This guy is not quite paying a lot of attention. I am getting spiked and nails from various radars, but for whatever reason, this guy, I guess he didn't notice me. Maybe I'm just I'm guessing I'm just lucky here. That's what I'll take, you know. I'll take luck. Alright, missile is tracking him. So far, it's been flying for quite a bit of time here, and I do have another hostile coming in from my right side. I'm also within weapon employment range here, so what I did is I just fired an ET as well. And I've already dropped lock. Missile is still pursuing him, and there's a hit. He is now down. The ER and the ET both impacted. I'm back, and I'm fast. Targeting a third hostile. This guy is now on my nose. He's coming in. I've got my ET selected. He's halfway through the engagement range, but I still don't have authorization. That's just because of the profile that he's flying towards me. I could go for an override and shoot a missile, but I will not do that. I always wait for ETs to get a lock. I've only got one left. I need to save that missile. Alright, there's a launch on me. Hawks are launching. All I can do is switch to an R73 as I defend fire and Fox 2 R73. I didn't have authorization on it, I just fired it. My missile flies right by the hostile F-14 as I dive towards the deck. Hawks are on me. I'm surprised this 14 didn't shoot on me. I thought that he fired. So we're going the opposite ways. I'm climbing back up. The F-14 is diving. Coming around to get him. I got really low on that turn. Lost a lot of energy defending, and for whatever reason the F-14 blows up. I have no idea, guys, what happened there. It definitely wasn't my missile. My R-73 missed him, but I can see his contrail turn into a fireball. Alright, safe enough. Missiles are still being launched at me. I'm keeping them on my left side as I'm in full gate burning. I've got another contrail in front of me. That's a new target to shoot at. And yeah, there's the Hawk missiles. I'm the contrail up high, crossing right to left, and there's the two Hawk missiles being launched at me. Got them in the picture-in-picture. Alright, ET out, and you can see that ET leave my contrail in the picture-in-picture. As soon as the ET's out, I start rolling off to the side. Still keep this guy in the gimbal limit. In the cone. Here we go. Alright, Splash Horde. Looking good. Very intense flying, guys. Very intense. Flying up high is just as dangerous as flying down low. Alright, we're down to one R-73, just like last time. Flying against Terriander, for those who watched the video. If you haven't, there's a link to it in the description. But now we are getting out of here. The Hawk missiles are still chasing me from the back. And what I'm doing is I'm just staying in burner and getting out of here. Checking my fuel. I know that from Beslan to get back home, I need about 1,000 liters. That's what I've got. And we've got an enemy F-18 below me. It's not Mr. Terriander this time. It's someone else. And he is doing the typical flanker thing you would be doing on the other side, right? You see the contrail above you, start flying towards him, and you get your missiles ready. There's only one catch. I'm way too fast. Catch me if you can. I should put the theme music for that here without getting a copyright strike. So this guy's climbing towards me. I'm ignoring him. He fires a Fox 3. I'm just burning through. I checked F10. I know there's a lot of friendlies coming in. Down to 800 kilograms of fuel. Just continuing to burn. Just disregarding this missile completely. And as you can see, the AIM-120 loses speed. Can't even get to me. It can try, but it'll fail. The Gloria flying up high. The Bandit is on my 6. He's already been turned into a fireball by friendlies. I would have turned around and started checking my 6 if that was the case, but as you can see, the missile on the RWR in the bottom right hand corner, it's losing strength. The yellow lines are dialing backwards on the inner edge there. that means the missile is losing power and the missile is falling behind me. Beauty of the Russian RWR. I know the missile's not chasing me. I can just chill out, cruise on home. Especially since I'm about to run out of fuel anyway. And there we go. Out of fuel. That missile is still trying to get me, but there's no way it's going to catch me anymore. And now we're just going to cruise on out and go in for a landing, guys. So as we watch the airplane fly back here, just to summarize to everybody again, most important thing is making sure that you are always jammers on, radar on, looking for targets that are going to maneuver towards you. Maintain altitude, maintain speed. I was an afterburner the entire flight. And yeah, I did compress the time a little bit here, so I think the actual flight took about 25 minutes. And you can do that. The most important thing is once you take off, get up to about 1,100 kilometers an hour, go vertical and get above 7,000, 8,000 meters, because there your fuel consumption becomes minimal compared to being on the deck. The other thing is fire those missiles, ERs, ETs. Always have a spare missile, and just fly safe, guys. Let's watch this landing here. Straighten out. Now this is completely dead stick, so again I use F10 just before coming into the airport to figure out which runway is empty. I'll write in the chat telling guys that I'm coming in dead stick, and if there are any aircraft that are taxiing or taking off, I'll usually pop some flares if I've got any left so that they see me coming, because the last thing you want to do is collide into another aircraft. But yeah, coming back with one R73, nice gentle landing, and roll out to a successful flight and splash 3. I don't know what happened to that Tomcat. Could have been a splash 4, but very efficient flight using 6 missiles. Plasma 1945 out.